Y&R Spoilers Thursday, June 5 reveal that the tension when Adam discovers that the birthday party may be a trap set by Dumas. He is fine with the identity of the stranger at the party. Billy Abbott's unexpected postponement has created a storm of no small storm, especially for Sally Spectra, who has put a lot of effort and expectations into the success of this project. Sally cannot hide her deep sadness when witnessing her efforts and beliefs being put in a stagnant situation, even threatened by hidden forces that she has not yet clearly identified. Meanwhile, Adam Newman, with the experience and sharp instincts of a survivor of countless power struggles in the Newman family, begins to suspect that this postponement is not necessarily a simple negligence or technical problem, but is very likely an elaborate trap set by Aristotle Dumas, a new force that is secretly preparing for a decisive attack. Billy, despite facing an unprecedented wave of criticism, remained undeterred. He knew that things had not yet happened on the surface, but the storm behind was sure to come, and it would be much more intense than expected. With a calmness tempered by years of facing pressure, Billy turned to Adam, placing on his shoulders the responsibility of weathering the upcoming storm of negative public opinion. This was not only a personal challenge for Adam, but also a strategic battle that they had to coordinate to maintain their position and power in the media. Adam, with his usual cold and calculating manner, suggested that Newman Media was not in a hurry to strike, they were waiting for the perfect moment to fire, while promising to keep Billy from becoming a direct target of the upcoming attack. In a tense but dramatic moment, when Sally appeared with Billy on the porch of the luxury villa, Chelsea Lawson, who was always sharp and perceptive about all the happenings in the upper class, did not miss the opportunity to confront Adam. Chelsea asked him directly about his commitment, whether he would really keep his promise not to leave Billy to face the media crisis alone. Under Chelsea's scrutinizing eyes and obvious anxiety on her face, Adam once again firmly affirmed that nothing had changed. The plan to distract Victor Newman with a big scandal was still being implemented, and that was the main focus of the strategy instead of just focusing on protecting Billy. However, in his heart, Adam was immersed in an indescribable state of chaos. Everyone was buzzing about Aristotle Dumas's lavish party in Nice, an event that was supposed to be the turning point for the upcoming intrigues. It was bitterly painful for Adam to realize that he had not been invited to that party, which made him feel disenfranchised and isolated in the very family and power circles that he had once proudly belonged to. Every relative and every ally was there, together forming a powerful alliance, while he was pushed aside, like an outcast not worth remembering. In that situation, Chelsea became an indispensable spiritual support for Adam. She gently encouraged him that, in fact, Dumas and the people in the family must have considered Adam a much bigger threat than anyone else. Adam's presence and influence, although not yet clearly publicized, were an important part of the grand scheme going on. Chelsea tried to instill optimism and confidence in Adam, helping him to re-evaluate his position and potential strength in this fierce game. Feeling Chelsea's sincere support and companionship, Adam cannot help but be grateful to her, although he is still full of doubts and worries about his next steps. All these developments create a colorful and tense picture, where power, betrayal, and political strategy are intertwined. Each character has to face challenges not only in terms of work but also psychological and emotional, opening up dramatic and attractive stories in the complex underworld of Genoa City. The story continues to rise with hidden twists and turns in the Newman family underworld and power challengers like Aristotle Dumas. While the atmosphere seems to be immersed in complexity and danger, Adam Newman finally frankly admits something that makes everyone ponder. Perhaps it is best to stay away from the Dumas lavish party, because all signs point to it not being a simple occasion for fun, but a trap that has been set to bring down the old forces, especially the Newman family. Adam views the incident with deep suspicion, sensing that there is something wrong with the whole Dumas plan, a plot woven with sophistication and danger that only experienced people like him can recognize. Back to Billy Abbott, who has always been in the midst of the fierce waves of media and family pressure. He updates Sally Spectra on the latest developments related to the Dumas party. Billy frankly shared that he planned to attend, not only to closely monitor the situation but also to personally assess the moves of his competitors. However, Sally immediately objected strongly, because Dumas' event was held on Friday the 13th, a day that was considered unlucky and ominous, and only a few days away from the important launch date of Abbott Communications. This unavoidable coincidence made Sally worried that if Billy went, things could become chaotic and negatively affect the passionate project that they had worked so hard to build. After much debate and thought, Billy finally decided to postpone the launch date of Abbott Communications by a month, to avoid direct collision with Dumas' event and have more time to prepare more thoroughly. However, this decision made Sally even more strongly opposed. She worried that the delay would lose momentum and cause significant losses for the company. Sally's mood became tense, as she clearly felt the instability of the current situation and worried that strategic decisions might not be really appropriate. In his mind, Billy was haunted by Aristotle Dumas's relentless efforts to pursue Chancellor and overthrow Victor Newman, symbols of power and tradition in Genoa City. He understood that, to deal with a powerful and scheming enemy like Dumas, they could not just act on emotion but needed a comprehensive, methodical, and well-prepared plan. Billy thought that, before launching any major moves, they needed to know the entire agenda of Dumas, from which they could proactively respond, limit risks, and seize opportunities in hand. Therefore, he suggested that postponing the launch date was not only a necessary tactical step back, but also opened up an opportunity for them to prepare better, and at the same time find a way to take advantage of the situation to counterattack when the time was right. In addition, this idea also allows Billy to take Sally to Nice, where Dumas's party is taking place. This is not only an opportunity for Sally to witness firsthand the conspiracies and forces at work, but also an opportunity for both of them to face challenges together, tightening their relationship that has gone through many ups and downs. Billy's psychology at this time is a mixture of anxiety about the future of Abbott Communications, wariness of Dumas's schemes, and hope to find lasting support from Sally in the fierce battle ahead. All of these developments are like complex pieces in the big picture of the battle for power and survival in Genoa City, where each decision can bring unforeseen consequences, requiring each character to use alertness, wisdom, and courage to overcome the challenge. The story continues to expand, promising to bring many surprises, drama, and breathtaking mind games for fans. As the cold wind blows through the glittering skyscrapers, the battle between the powerful families becomes more heated than ever. Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra are facing pivotal decisions not only for their careers but also for their futures, while Aristotle Dumas's sinister plots are gradually revealed and become the biggest threat ever to the Newman family. After agreeing to postpone the launch date of Abbott Communications, Billy still cannot shake the feeling of insecurity and constant tension in his heart. He knows that postponing the launch date is only part of the bigger picture that they must outline to fight against the increasingly aggressive power of Dumas. All the information collected indicates that Dumas does not simply want to seize material assets or traditional power, but also wants to destroy the reputation and influence that the Newman family has built over many generations. Therefore, Billy is determined not to let himself and Sally fall into a passive position. Meanwhile, Sally, despite remaining calm and determined on the outside, is struggling fiercely with her fears and doubts. The postponement of the launch date makes her feel somewhat betrayed, because this project is not only a job but also a dream, a brainchild that she and Billy have nurtured together. But when she sees Billy's determined eyes and desire to win, Sally gradually realizes that they need to unite more than ever, put the common interest first, so as not to be caught up in the dangerous power games that Dumas is arranging. The plan to bring Sally to Nice, where Dumas' party is taking place, carries many risks from the beginning, but it is also a golden opportunity for them to better understand the conspiracy behind it. Billy and Sally begin to prepare carefully, not only diplomatically but also in terms of communication strategy, to ensure that no matter what happens, they can still protect their image and the Abbott Communications Corporation. Sally's presence in Nice also had a special meaning, as an uncompromising commitment to the dark forces that wanted to destroy them. Meanwhile, Adam Newman, although not invited to the party, was constantly shifting his resources and alliances so as not to fall behind. He began to place his closest people in strategic positions, from the media to business relationships, to probe and promptly counter the moves that Dumas would make. Adam understood that this game was not only about power and money, but also about intelligence, perseverance, and tricks that only the experienced could use skillfully. The party in Nice quickly became the center of attention in Genoa City and the international elite. The bright lights, the splendid costumes, and the bustling music covered up the dark plots that were being built behind the scenes. Sally, as the guest of honor, faces scrutiny, hidden stories, and even unclear warnings. Every step she takes can be tracked, every gesture can be decoded into a hidden message sent to her opponent. Not only that, in Genoa City, the turmoil within the Newman family has not cooled down. Victor Newman, the powerful head of the family, clearly feels the threat from Dumas and is worried when he sees his children being dragged into games that he cannot fully control. The relationship between family members also begins to show signs of cracking, as each person has a different perspective and way of acting in the face of crisis. This division of views makes the power struggle even more complicated and unpredictable. Night after night, Billy, Sally, and Adam's plan is implemented step by step, interspersed with thrilling confrontations, spectacular deceptions, and emotional moments when family, love and loyalty are tested to the limit. The main characters must not only fight against external enemies but also overcome fears, suspicions, and betrayals from the very people they once trusted the most. This never-ending war is not only a story about power, money, or fame but also a testament to the resilience, intelligence and strong desire to live of people in a chaotic and complex world. Genoa City continues to be the playground of indomitable souls, where each passing day writes new chapters of history full of drama, attraction, and unpredictability. What other details would you like me to elaborate on, like Victor's reactions to the plots, or the developments in Billy and Sally's relationship as the pressure mounts?